Concord reportedly cost $400 million, Silent Hill 2 update, and PlayStation TGS lineup. All this in today's video. Please like the video, subscribe to never miss a PlayStation update, and share the video to help grow our community. So a new report has come out about Concord from the Sacred Symbols podcast. Colin Moriarty had a conversation with someone on the team, and they revealed that Concord, from inception to release, cost them $400 million to develop. Concord was also referred to as the quote-unquote future of PlayStation internally. They anticipated this IP to be on the level of Star Wars. It was also reported that this was Hermen Hulst's baby, and he is now head of PlayStation in a joint role, while most people thought this was something being pushed heavily during Jim Ryan's time as head of PlayStation. In response to the game's poor performance, Sony quickly offered refunds to all players who had purchased it. It was reported that a culture of quote-unquote toxic positivity within the company had played a role in preventing any dissenting voices from questioning the game's direction. This made it difficult for internal concerns to be addressed. The game's director, Ellis, reportedly stepped down last week, as noted by Kotaku. According to 3 sources cited by the publication, Ellis was emotional when addressing the team after realizing the project's failure. One former developer shared, in quotes, "Ryan deeply believed in that project and bringing players together through the joy in it. Regardless of there being things that could have been done differently throughout the development, he's a good human and full of heart," end quote. In early September, Sony officially announced that Concord would be taken offline, pulled from sale, and the refunds would be issued to players, all just 2 weeks after its launch. Reports suggest that the game sold as few as 25,000 copies across both PS5 and PC since its release on August 23rd. There are questions about this report's validity from Sacred Symbols due to there being only one source. I personally don't feel Colin would lie about this, so I'm inclined to believe it. I would suggest those watching, though, make that decision for yourselves. Don't just assume what anyone's saying in that case. I think too much stock was put into Concord, especially if this $400 million figure didn't include the cost of buying Firewalk. A new IP with this much pressure from a studio making their first game is unrealistic. I do also feel toxic positivity is a real thing. If the team never addresses concerns in hopes of not upsetting someone, you can't realistically expect to create the best product possible. It's undeniable that Firewalk had some very capable developers with resumes showing work on some of the biggest games like Call of Duty. So the experience was there. It's just a situation where this was an investment that did not pan out, and sadly, the future of the studio is now in question. To be clear, I don't want anyone to lose their jobs. I think the unfortunate future, though, of Firewalk is a closure and the staff likely being absorbed into SIE Studios where they see fit, but time will tell what happens there. Moving on to Silent Hill 2 Remake, the highly anticipated remake is set to launch next month on both PS5 and PC. As revealed in the latest trailer, the game will be a PlayStation exclusive for at least 1 year. A note in the trailer confirms that the game will be not available on other formats until 10/08/2025. While this doesn't explicitly confirm that the game will arrive on Xbox after that date, it does set the exclusivity window for 1 year. This approach mirrors what we've seen with other titles like the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Although the game eventually appeared on PC after its exclusivity period ended, it has yet to release on Xbox. So while an Xbox version of Silent Hill 2 isn't confirmed, the door remains open after the exclusivity window expires. The latest trailer also highlights how the Silent Hill 2 remake will utilize the PS5's advanced features. The game will take full advantage of the DualSense controller, offer haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and a 3D audio to enhance the player's immersion. And this is yet another third-party exclusive coming to the PS5 and further lends reason for people to own a PS5 if they don't own a capable PC. I know some people argue against this. However, this shows PlayStation's willingness to spend the money to offer more value to PS5 owners and to obviously fill out the gaps in the first-party releases, which as far as these days go, has felt more apparent. Like, this is just one of those situations that it's tough to be an Xbox-only owner. It just is. I don't see why anybody would want to be an Xbox-only owner when you're missing out on third-party exclusives all the time. This is like every year there are multiple games, and in some cases, they're not even exclusive. They aren't being ported because of one reason or the other. And I know the Series S is sometimes people get upset about that being blamed, but you know, that is one of those reasons, as we saw with Baldur's Gate 3, which is confirmed. We know this for a fact. There is no speculation here like there would be some argument for Wukong. So, you know, that's one of those situations where why would you want to be an Xbox-only owner when you're missing out on big games? But moving on, we're talking about PlayStation's TGS schedule. As anticipated, Sony will bring the PS5 Pro to the TGS Show 2024. The event, running from September 26th to 29th in Chiba, Japan, will mark the first time the upgraded consoles will be available for the public to experience. Attendees will have the chance to play 2 enhanced titles, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Gran Turismo 7, and see firsthand how the PS5 Pro elevates the gaming experience. While the PS5 Pro will undoubtedly be the centerpiece, PlayStation's booth will feature a wide array of other demos. On the Japanese PS blog, Sony detailed the lineup, which includes a mix of highly anticipated releases alongside the PS5 Pro stations. Visitors will be able to try the following titles: Astro Bot, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, Dynasty Warriors Origin, Infinity Nikki, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, Metaphor Refantasio, Monster Hunter Wilds, Neva, Sonic X Shadow Generations. In addition to these playable demos, PlayStation will host several panels and talks on its stage, shining a spotlight on a variety of titles. Among the notable sessions is an indie game presentation featuring Shuhei Yoshida, a discussion on Silent Hill 2, and special presentation for Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Here's the schedule for these stage events. September 26th, Astrobot Play, Let's Play Indie Games with Shuhei Yoshida. September 28th, Silent Hill 2, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Metaphor Refantasio. September 29th, PlayStation presents Death Stranding 2 on the beach special stage, Monster Hunter Wilds, and Dynasty Warriors Origins. With so much to look forward to, and I'm hoping that State of Play delivers, Tokyo Game Show 2024 is going to be one of those events that, if you're around, you probably want to attend. You also get hands-on with the PS5 Pro early, which is pretty awesome. But that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. How are you feeling about this Concord report? What do you think of Silent Hill 2 being a timed exclusive for a year to PC and PS5? And what do you think of this PlayStation TGS schedule? Are you excited for any of these announcements, or are you feeling a little let down by it? As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and share the video to keep our community growing. I thank you all for watching. Take care.